Federal Director of the Liberal Party, soon to be the governing party of Australia. We have Martin Borgs as the Deputy Secretary General of the Moderate Party, which is in control in Sweden, and Chris LaCivita, who just defeated the sitting Vice President of the United States to help elect Donald Trump. So would you please welcome our panel for a discussion today. Let me start off with Chris LaCivita. Chris, what do you think?
Well, if you got all day, I'll tell you. No. You know, at least in the sense of picking up of what you were talking about in terms of branding, you know, obviously Donald Trump is a brand in and of himself, and he really transformed the GOP from the standpoint of at least bringing in working class voters as really the mainstay of the GOP. So we're going to be seeing that going forward. But, you know, I was talking to Tony Fabrizio, our pollster, a couple of days ago, and we were talking about all the gains, and as well as John McLaughlin, who many of you all know. You know, we made such huge gains with African Americans, with Hispanics, actually, you know, with women, increased our market share, or if you will, with men. And some of the things and of course we did that really issue-based, but we're just renting those voters right now. We don't really own that section of the electorate. So that's, you know, and I say that because it's sort of like a warning, or at least, you know, making sure that the party realizes that, yes, Donald Trump received these votes, yes, Republicans received these votes from these varying coalitions, but we don't own them, and we're just renting them. And so we have an opportunity, which means we can't forget about them. We have an opportunity to actually solidify them and make them part of a permanent coalition. So that's one of the things that, you know, and that'll be a lot judged by, of course, what the president's able to accomplish. So, and of course, Congress.
How is the Trump Republican brand stronger among certain groups than the pre-Trump Republican brand?
Pre-Trump when?
I'd say 2012.
2012. Well, you know, Donald Trump is a defined entity outside of politics. And you know, there are a few people that actually have that. You know, I ran some campaigns for folks that were in the NFL and former NFLers and professional football players. And so they were defined by something outside of politics. So it gave them an entree with Donald Trump. Obviously, you know, well-known international developer. The name itself was a brand. You know, so, and you know, a bit of a playboy, if you will, in the 80s. You know, he was very well defined as and politics wasn't really in that, you know, in his thing. And of course, he got into the TV circuit with The Apprentice, and that just further, you know, added to this definition. So then he comes into politics as this, you know, loud, brash business guy who's going to drain the swamp and who wins an election in 16 that you know, by all rights, everyone said he shouldn't have. And then, of course, you know, COVID comes along, completely upends the presidency. And then, of course, he goes through what he went through in this campaign, which was historic on so many levels. And as I said last night, and I've said to other people, it was a campaign of firsts.